Get your driver's license and start your road trip from Reno to Las Vegas on US 95. You'll find some strange things. No way would I miss going on a ghost hunt with people who actually have a ghost app on their cell phone.
You go on to Google, you type in ghost radar, and all these apps come up. I got the classic.
Classic. Okay.
And it's free.
Oh.
It's free.
So we're on the 5th floor of the Mizpah. This is the room where the lady in red was. Tell us if the lady in red is here?
Certainly
Specifically?
can.
No, someone's here.
Someone's here. Yeah. It keeps showing up next to us.
And the lady in red was a murdered prostitute on the 5th floor of the Mizpah Hotel in Tonopah.
503.
And I'm not being patronizing by calling you darling.
Oh, it's the ladies' suite. But it's not showing any more activity.
She was caught off guard by a jealous lover who strangled her to death. Some say she was also stabbed.
Lady in red, I'd like to make an invitation to you. Later on tonight, before I fall asleep, if you would like to join me in my room at 201, we can discuss men, sex. I'm a widow, so I'm fine with it. I got a spare bed.
You seem to like the hallway better.
Greater hallway. They like that. Not
and
our
every time I go to
our room
haunted
at the
place,
Mizpah.
because I travel with my husband in the way that I bring his jeans, his cross, his picture. I say, please, I respect you. Please respect my husband. There is this thing called a K2 meter for electronic magnetic forces. And Robert, who was our guide, kept, every time we go in between places, we would banter because we had the same sense of humor, which meant it was all sexual. And every time we walked into a new location, that thing would just go off. After a few times, I'm going, Robert, are they appreciating our banter? And the thing would just go off. And I went, that's right, they're fucking sailors. And the thing went off. The Mizpah, the hottest place in Tonopah, historic, full of ghosts and adventurous people like Fred, who's somewhere over there on his way after a ghost hunt looking for the lady in red. My book signing. Hey guys, thank you for buying the book, and I got to sign the book.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it's a pretty formal thing here at the Mizpah in Tonopah.
This is for my grandchildren.
Okay, this is the shot of you, yes. We went on a ghost hunt in Tonopah, but we're seeing more ghosts in Rhyolite. On our way into Rhyolite, we're being watched by local staff members, the wild burros of Nye County. Yeah, there's a fence there, but they know how to deal with fences. They just live out here. There's another one that's hiding behind a bush. Maybe a creosote bush. We'll move up ahead. Maybe we'll find him. This burro just turned to look at me and then said, forget it, it's a tourist, my butt to you. That's what I think of you, because, hey, I'm an ass. And you are too.
Here we are in Rhyolite in 2017. This sign wasn't here in 1980s when I was working here. I started working here in 1981. So I was talking about this area that we found about 1985 of 10 ounces per ton, and we've been back several times trying to find it, and I think I spotted it. Right in that shady spot in the middle, right there is a prospect, and that hits my memory bank. That pit in the tramp on the back side here, and that was my discovery.
This isn't the camera being accidentally aimed at the ground. We're showing what Rhyolite actually is.
This is a rhyolitic tuff, and that's what these buildings are built on. And then the upper parts of the hills, this is a big sequence of rhyolites right there in front of your camera.
And what do they use rhyolites for?
It's a volcanic rock.
But they use it for something, or it's just there?
Mother Nature uses it to be pretty. We're here at the bottle house in rhyolite.
So it looks like the guys were influenced by Gaudi, and perhaps they didn't even know it. But
Didn't know it. All these were made by Evan Thompson and his family.
going against expectations, you can find art in rhyolite. Who's your favorite artist who's been through here in rhyolite, according to your wall at least?
I really don't do favorites. It was fun doing all of them.
Which was the most challenging to do?
Most challenging?
Because we've had Mr. Hopper and Seurat and Magritte, and how do you say Van Gogh?
It depends on where you're from. From where he's from, it's Van Gogh. The challenges are different with each one, and to say which is the biggest challenge, some are technical challenges, some are design challenges, some are studying the style enough.
Mm-hmm. And then we do have the American Gothic, or is this rhyolite Gothic?
Well, this would be rhyolite Gothic, and the couple in it, they were actually caretakers at the Bottle House. That's Clint and Ellen Boehringer. And one time he and I were going up the backside of Bonanza Mountain in his Pathfinder, and I said something about the road. And he said, "You've never been any logging roads, have you?"
Besides the precious minerals in the ground, there are precious things on the ground in what they call the District of Shadows, Art District of Rhyolite. This is actually a self-portrait. Who's the self-portrait by Fred Burfurter? A miner, you say? No. He felt so out of place in the desert that he made the self-portrait in this piece a penguin in the desert. The ghosts of Rhyolite. It seems like a great place for ghosts. On the way to Area 51, the junction of the ET Highway, and Dennis Hoff runs this place. Well, I didn't get my tourist t-shirt. I got my tourist socks. We came to Lathrop Wells on the way to Area 51, and all I got were these cheap socks. But I like them. I got cheap socks, and Fred didn't get to stop anywhere else. He just got to go into the store. Oh well, poor Fred. E.T. lore says aliens like cows, but on US 95 they have a better option. Bighorn sheep in Hawthorne. Instead of taking the junction to more aliens on the ET highway, we hit our real destination, Las Vegas. Vegas often means Elvis, which goes with my book, Elvis, Marilyn, and the Space Aliens, which I was signing at a couple of different stores, including one on Fremont Street. Fremont Street is a classic Las Vegas movie location. Elvis went there in Viva Las Vegas. Nowadays, a different crowd hangs out, having a good time, as one always does in Las Vegas, at least for those who sing Viva Las Vegas. Other types walk around the area amidst a bunch of lights and a feeling that there might be a circus going on. Most of the glitter in Vegas these days is really on the Strip, where you can find a pyramid or even New York City, and instead of the king playing, you get another form of royalty. Back on Fremont Street, classic movie icons like Vegas Vic go dark sometimes. But in Las Vegas, you can celebrate the dark at a place like the Neon Museum, where old signs familiar from movies, go to die. Leaving Las Vegas means leaving Elvis for a minute, but finding the space aliens again, and even signs of Marilyn at Misfits Flat, where the end of her last movie was filmed, a site famous for another Nevada road trip highlight, wild horses in the highway. So yes, Elvis, Marilyn, and the space aliens, between Las Vegas and Reno, all part of the road show.